Hello and welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. That guy who's just crept in at the door below me is Maff. Hello, Maff. How you doing?
Hello. Sorry, I'm late. Just actually joined just as the intro music was playing. So
Oh, there you go. Anyway,
rushing into the room.
so we're here today to talk about how to diagnose and fix a code P0420 on a catalytic converter. Actually, we're not actually. But
Shame, really.
well, that car I bought, it is coming up with a code. It's to do with the catalytic converter being not within the tolerance, which is a bit of a shame, really, because the actual light came on my way home from when I bought it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And honestly, the guy I bought it off, I mean, he runs a localish business, and so I don't actually think he actually said I had no idea it had that, Anyway,
Yeah,
so,
of course. Yeah.
well, that's what you'd say, but I'd already knocked him down 250 quid. So I've spent about 250 quid on a catalytic converter because I think that's what the problem is. But
yeah,
anyway.
so there's a little bit of karma there, I suppose, in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the car was cheap anyway, so I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. So I think I've got to probably put a new cat on it, and I need to put a new reversing camera on it as well, because it works occasionally, but when it does, it's clearly got like moisture in it and stuff, So
okay.
So, but I think if I spend about 300 quid on a car, I think I'll have quite a nice little car actually, and that's my plan.
And also in the meantime, you can like rediscover the art of being a good driver, just like reversing without a camera, all these different driving aids.
Yeah,
they train us to be bad at driving, I think. To pay attention less.
Yeah, they do actually, and the parking thing is. I mean, the beepy things still work, but I know when my daughter was here at Easter, I drove her car one day, and that hasn't even got the beepy parking, what they call parking sensors, isn't it?
That sonar thing.
Yeah, that hasn't even got those, and I was thinking, oh god, that's a bit scary, because but it's ridiculous, isn't it? I drove cars without them for like decades, and it didn't have a problem. I'll tell you what. I'm pleased about though. It hasn't got that lane assist thing and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
they're deadly. Oh my god, there's footage of that sort of thing with the lane assist where, I mean, there's one I saw. There's somewhere in Europe where everyone drives like crazy people in any case. But I don't know if you saw that. There was a van. I think it's a van rental, and the driver was obviously just not used to the lane assist, like nudging. So he'd overtaken a car, and there was a lorry approaching like straight at him, but he kind of like started to pull in, but he left his, obviously on the other side of the road, and the wrong side of the road, but he, being in Europe, but he kind of left his left indicator on because he was kind of intending to just pull in on his side and then pull out again as soon as the truck had passed, and carry on overtaking as the traffic in front. But the left indicator forced him back. It wouldn't let him go over the lane back into where he should have been. So head-on collisions, like everyone in the van was killed.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's horrible. So yeah, that sort of thing, I think, is just, I can't believe that's a feature on modern cars, on any car.
No, and I mean it's frightening enough that I believe these days when you turn the steering wheel, you're just turning a potentiometer, and
yeah, there's no direct. It's not like or maybe it is. It's like it's fly by wire, isn't it? Really, rather than
and like to me, like potentiometers get crackly after a while, don't they? What happens then? I mean, it's all right if it's a volume control on your record player, but like you don't want your steering doing that, do you?
It's only having to fight the steering in that sense, because like you're saying to it, I'm going this way, and it's saying, no, you don't want to do that. I'm gonna wrestle because I think I know better. It's like, what the hell? You know, who's meant to be in control of the car at that point?
Anyway, so I am pleased that my new Citroen doesn't have lane assist. It doesn't have something else. Can't remember. I mean, it's got cruise control. I do like cruise control. That's good fun. Anyway, right. I digress. I had a slightly different idea for the format today, so we're going to do this first of all.
Save with crypto. Huh? Justify your thumbnail.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So yesterday, actually, was it yesterday? Hang on, where? Wednesday? Yeah. So yesterday, you were busy, right? And I was you know, I was all lonely doing my stream. No, I wasn't actually. We had the usual crowd here. You know, Kaz was here. She was quite cool, and Scotty obviously. Ozzy popped
Scotty
in.
obviously.
Hey?
And Scotty obviously.
and Ozzy popped in for a bit. He said he hadn't been here for a while, but I wasn't aware of that. I just don't know. Anyway, but
well, he's here today anyway, so
that's great. Anyway, so I'm very pleased. Anyway, the point is, yesterday, so it was about, what was it, midday, wasn't it? About there, right? So I was looking at the Bitcoin price here on the 1 hour time frame. We had this green shading here. It was my usual thing of like, I was saying, well, you know, if they cross sort of bullishly, if the yellow 21 EMA goes above the 55, we'll be all right, and the price will go up. You know, I did say, however, that, you know, watch out for this retracement level here at 77. 766 or whatever, and I did say that if they don't cross, it's normally quite violent the other direction. And so what actually happened was the price went all the way up to that retracement, finished that retracement, and then just touched it, right. And then they didn't cross, and then boom, and that started happening at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, way before the FOMC thing. So the FOMC thing happened about here, wasn't it? So we had a little pump and a dump sort of around then, and then, you know,
that was interesting. So, sorry to interrupt, but it's that, so because people were putting that dump partly down to the FOMC thing, but right. Yeah, you're right, because it actually dumped before, didn't it? I mean, sure enough, the FOMC was just like no change, wasn't it? So like as everyone expected. So it shouldn't have caused the dump in any case. It was also just priced in, because sure enough the price was ranged after that. It's like an expectant dump beforehand.
So the actual reason it dumped is because the price went up to our retracement line here on the 1 hour time frame, and then it told it to go back down again. There you go.
Yeah, well, it's pure chart dynamics, isn't it? It's a TA. Yeah. It's the fundamentals. So no, not the fundamentals, the other one, the technicals.
Anyway, so that's when that happened. Okay, so that happened just shortly after the stream, sort of thing. So down we went. So, you know, the question is today is, do we go back up? You know, so that is a question. So that's why there's a question mark there. But obviously, you know, it's not quite so good at the moment, although we have started to get the mythical 5 EMA has just started to sort of
it doesn't exist, I tell you.
It doesn't exist. No. It has. Oh god,
what 5 EMA? I can't see any 5 EMA. What are you talking about?
Oh no. I tell you what, years and years ago, I used to be into this guy called Kevin Ayres, singer-songwriter from the 60s, 70s or whatever, and he died, and in 20, oh god, when was it, 2012 I think it was, and I was quite devastated, because I'd been into him sort of like since I was like 14, you know, and one of the first bands I ever saw was Kevin Ayres, and I didn't quite know what to do, really. So I managed to get in touch with his daughter, well, one of his daughters anyway, and she said, "Oh, well, we're going to have a sort of like a, not really a funeral, but like a kind of party,
celebration of his life, that sort of
thing." Yeah, in Daya, in Mallorca. On what would have been his 68th birthday, and that was like August the 16th.
God, it's young, isn't it? 68. Gosh.
Yeah. Well, it was, he did like his red wine and heroin, so.
Potent mix. Yeah.
Yeah. But and I said, yeah, I'd I'd love to come anyway. So me and the missus were very, very excited about that. As it was an absolutely brilliant night, and there was loads of people there. Like Bob Geldof was there. It was a tiny little pub, like in Daya. Anyway, so long and short of it is, it was a brilliant night, and met lots of famous people and all that sort of thing. And met Pixie Geldof as well as Bob Geldof, and the manager from Supertramp, and all sorts of people really. And it was a very good night. But when we started researching in how to get there and stuff, everyone described Daya as being the mythical Daya, and and there was something very, very satisfying when we were at Palma Airport. Went into Palma de Mallorca, into the town. And a bus came along with Daya written on it, and I was like, "That's brilliant! It's a bus going to a mythical place." And it's like, it tickled me anyway. I don't know. Right, enough of that.
I suppose it's I don't know. It's like a stairway to heaven or something. Just see it. It's like, well, I'll just get the lift. Look, see, it's got like floor 18 is heaven or something.
Yeah. There's loads of things like that. Like I think I mentioned it before actually, but if you go to Valencia, there's a sign saying "Holy Grail this way," and so you don't have to look for it. It's just go to Valencia and follow the signs. Anyway,
is it kind of the ring road? Just go round and round forever, never reach.
I don't know. I didn't actually go and look at it. Actually, my missus wanted to, but. Kind of run out of time really. Anyway, so right, so the mythical 5 EMA, right, is sort of wiggling its way up a little bit, and I suppose really, that's kind of like, I don't know. Anyway, I will let you talk about that in the proper TA bit. Anyway, that's all I was going to say about that really. So yesterday I did set an alert for the 1 hour time frame for the 21 to cross the 55 in Quadzilla, hour indicator, and obviously it never happened because they never crossed bullish. So hence the price went down really, and that was that really. Should we have a quick whiz through the comments and then do some real TA?
Do that. So we got Aussie talking of hello. Good day.
Good day. Throw another snag on the Barbie.
So let's throw another snail on the Barbie.
Snag.
Is that your the French influence there? Nick K, hello. And WJM, is he William? I can't remember. It's anyway. No doxing here. Afternoon. Except I just did. Kaz, afternoon. Hello. And Aussie again. Bitcoin's been going sideways pretty much since February. Yeah. Depending if you analyze it with a big enough range, I guess you could kind of potentially say that anything's been going sideways. But I do agree. It's there's been not much happening really since February. Just a lot of, is it accumulation? Do you think accumulation range, or is it more the other way?
What do people actually mean by accumulation?
A big sell-off.
What do people mean by accumulation? Do they mean just buying?
That's what I assumed. Yeah. So people are buying, but the bears are kind of just being mean, just selling as soon as the price is pushed up to a certain point. They got the sell orders in place, I guess. Or maybe that's the same people, but it's accumulating liquidity. So I guess in that sense, it could be in either direction, really.
Yeah. So, you don't kind of say like I've been, accumulating cheese, do you? Or
generally not. Do you trade cheese? I guess you could.
I suppose.
It would go up in value, wouldn't it? Because the more mature it is, the better, and so on.
Hang on, just having a look.
So you just lose patience, just eat it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, at Christmas, God, it seems so. I don't know. Christmas, we were at 8. When was that? That was January, wasn't it? 96. Yeah, we're not at 96, are we? So, yeah. What? I can't remember what that dump was all about. Sort of over like January and February. I think it was just general miserableness, wasn't it? Or I don't know. I think the price just came down because it wanted to, didn't it? It came down.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it came down to that exact retracement level, which is lovely.
That is the reason it came down. You see,
exactly. I mean, that one's an absolute chef's kiss. I think,
it is indeed.
That level. Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
And anyone who doesn't have Quadzilla with retracement levels, you're absolutely missing out, because you see the same things on any time frame. You zoom down to the 1 minute, 3 minutes, and so on, and see the exact same thing happening there, and it's a trading edge if ever there was one.
I'll tell you what I was messing about with yesterday. It was well, I wasn't messing about. I was just talking about it. I've got this thing where let me just get a cleaner chart. Hang on, let's get whatever that is. Okay, so for example, like, I'm always looking at the 21 and 55 EMAs, right? And could do with Quadzilla there. So I'm always looking at the 21 and 55 EMAs. So obviously there we've got on the daily time frame, we've got a bullish cross there on the 16th of April. So, as far as I'm concerned, like in a kind of macro type thing, we're still reasonably bullish, I suppose, there. But, on the much smaller time frames, I'm looking at things like the 12-minute. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I want to know if it's going to go up or down or not these days. So I'm thinking, okay, well, Thursday morning, that's this morning, round about 9:30, we did get a bullish kind of cross there on the 12-minute. Okay, so then I keep thinking, okay, like shall we go like a little bit bigger and look at something like the 15? You think, okay, well, we got a 15-minute bullish cross there at 10:30. It's like 2 hours ago. So let's go a little bit bigger, like the 20-minute. And then you think, okay, 20 minutes not quite there yet. And then so you go back a bit, 19, and you think, okay, well, that's pretty much there. That's probably going to do something in the next 3 minutes and 41 seconds. And you see, the point is, right, a bit like what I just said about the 1 hour time frame, I kind of know that if these don't cross, then the price will come down, and if they do cross, it tends to go up, so I'm looking at these levels now. So I've got a bullish one here, little green one there. So I've got a bullish one there, I've got a bearish one there, sort of thing. And I'm literally like looking at this thinking, like, if I just wait 3 minutes, I'll see what happens there. And then if we do get across, then I think it's more likely that we'll go up to there and then reject there.
It is all about probability, isn't it? So there's a definite point of confirmation where, because I guess for them to cross, the price would have to. It wouldn't necessarily need to go up at that point. It could accumulate some.
It could stay at that level, couldn't it, for a bit?
Yeah. Just bring the level up to it, and then kind of off it goes, because it often does react to the EMAs. Like, it kind of touches one of the EMAs and then just reacts, just bounces. You kind of quite often see that. So anyway,
I hadn't really thought of like how how I would use that practically, but I was just saying that that's the sort of thing I do look at, sort of like if I'm having a sort of day when I'm just staring at the chart or whatever, sort of.
There is. Sorry, I was just going to say while I got the chart there, because there is an example of that. Don't move it. Sorry, don't move. Stop.
Stop. Right, hands off.
just on the left, just at the top of the chart, you got the yellow 21 EMA coming up, where it's going up. Left, and yeah, and it touches the price. It touches the candle.
Right. Yeah.
There. Yeah, and reacts like, you know. So it's kind of like the price did come down a little bit there. It was descending, but also the 21 EMA was obviously working its way upwards. So it very much just reacted like matter and antimatter in a way that, you know, they touched and then the price absolutely reacted and just headed on up. So you definitely get that kind of whether like which one's causing which is kind of the question. But you know, it's a observable thing, phenomenon, isn't it? The can't quite see what's the code. Is that the 9? The cyan 9 above it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So obviously that's another thing that's always worth checking on those, because that bit of accumulation just before that big reaction, that downwards accumulation really was, the price was kind of edging its way just below the 9 EMA. So starting to look a little bit bearish, but then as soon as it touched the 21 and in the same candle bounced back above the 9, and as soon as that happened, like, you know, that's a very positive sign. You know, it's just like seeing the price action happening above the 9, touched the 21, which came out to meet it. You know, in the same candle, got back above the 9, and then just like shot to the upside, essentially.
Well, okay. Well, I suppose, I mean, where we are now is probably similar to this kind of bit here, isn't it? If you look at that compared with that sort of thing, you know. So
similar bit of crab walking accumulation and price. So yeah, same thing. Because like the 21 is coming up to meet the price in the same sort of way, and the 9 EMA. I suppose if you want to zoom in a bit on that, where the price is now, I'm going to see where the 9 EMA is in relation.
Okay.
Because I think you're right. It's very similar sort of thing. So if the price were to come down and just kind of drop below the 9 EMA, then it'd be like history repeating in the same sort of way. At the same time that the 21 kind of comes up. So if the price touches the yellow 21, like, you know, they kind of just do that, you know, to meet each other.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the price just drops kind of below the 9. And there we've also got that crossover as well at the 21 and the 55.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that could be a bit of a dynamite moment.
Yeah.
A bit of a surge to the upside if that happens. But that's when you get the confirmation. It's like go long, for example.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, just you know, that we did hang that out for the extra 57 seconds, and you can see that the next candle didn't actually cause that cross there anyway. So might have a little bit longer to wait with that. Anyway, so it's probably about time that we did this.
I thought you'd have to share my screen with all that.
That's all right. That's all right.
Excited by the animation. Actually, that's just left there, isn't it? Let's switch to that one. Much more interesting.
So just while you're sorting that out, just a couple of things from WJM sort of thing. Are we not going down to close that low wick on the BTC chart? Possibly, yeah. We'll have a look in a
What
moment.
time frame was that? Was that just where we were looking on the 1 hour?
Yeah, it was just that kind of the wick from the FOMC, I think is what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But no, is this comment here? Statistically, what time frame works best for hitting the retracement lines on Quadzilla? Well, my answer to this is I really need a good answer to this actually, but it depends what you're looking for. Generally, that it doesn't really matter what time frame you're looking at, but it depends what kind of like in what time frame you're looking for big movements.
Yeah.
So
it's fractaline.
yeah. I mean, like yesterday, I was doing something else, but I was actually looking at the price of Bitcoin on the weekly, I think it was, or month. I don't know. I think it was weekly actually, and it did like rather beautifully do like a super down on the weekly at the all-time high last autumn. So obviously, if you're just like doing like massive swing trades and stuff, in that case, the weekly time frame would have been great because there was like retracements and everything that were working fine with Quadzilla there. So you'd have gone short at 126k and you'd be absolutely laughing your head off right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because also with the, I mean, in terms of statistically, we can obviously look at the stats as well. So it very much does kind of suit your trading style, like, or rather, it's a case of finding the time frame that suits your trading style.
Yeah.
And of course, like looking on a mix of time frames in any case, I think, like even if you're scalping, you're obviously kind of looking on the high time frames to get an overall picture as well, because it affects the probability of which way it's likely to go. But we could look at that a bit as well.
I mean, technically, the actual answer to that question is probably like the 1 second time frame, but that's not a very useful answer. Because it depends what you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think what Ozzy was just saying, DCing pretty much. Yeah, for the accumulation, I think was the thing. Just need to leave us with a blank screen. I'm putting your screen back on just for a sec because I need to
I might get me
gather a couple of things ready. Find it. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go back to it now.
What you got there?
So, right, yeah. So essentially, just need to move this a bit. Hopefully, this doesn't affect the volume. This might even make the volume better, actually. Just moving the. So got the boom arm thing I keep going on about because I like it, but also it kind of hangs down over the screen that I'm sharing. So, yes, gentlemen, show your boom arms. Okay. Waggle them about a bit.
But mine doesn't squeak or nothing. It's like.
Oh, you got the posh one, haven't you?
Yeah.
I cheaped out on mine. I think it might be unbranded actually, or some weird thing. Yeah. So, okay. So, what are we on? Yeah, the 1 hour. Do you want to do? Yeah, probably that. Essentially, so this we were talking about like the double top fairly recently, weren't we? So like, in fact, I kind of mentioned it in the Discord maybe a few days ago, where obviously this like Bitcoin is starting to look like very toppy, really noticeable. So, in fact, sure enough, that was very much a kind of double top behavior right there. Kind of hit up to that 79.5 level, and just kind of like rejected once, rejected again, and just sharp rejection there. Similar to the way this time it was like enough's enough, guys, just down we go. But what's quite useful just here now is so we've started to see this retracement channel forming between that retracement level down there at 72.4 and this bearish retracement level just there at 75.6. That one was a bit short-lived, but it was enough to form that channel. So and so in terms of this, so that I guess the question then that we can use that retracement channel to find some answers to, hopefully, is the price is coming down, and probably May is looking like it's going to be a down month overall. I mean, we might get an exciting pump to the upside initially, but then probably down in May. That seems to be the building consensus, isn't it? It's building up. But question then is like, so how far down in May? Like, kind of how low can we go? Just so we could kind of explore that a little bit, see if we can figure that out, or like figure out what the scenarios are essentially, and then just so how low we go, but we'll probably get there in zigzags in any case. So on here then, so the first, what's going to be the first short-term target? So if we do, first of all, the pump, if we do see a pump, it's probably going to come up to that retracement, which is 76.9, so just under 77. Might well see that. So still on the 1 hour, like we've got the sorry, it's what I'd like to beat. We've got these EMAs, the 9 EMA, the cyan one, which is looking like it's going to come up and maybe cross above the 21, which would be nice. And so if it does that, then we could well expect to see some further movement to the upside. So it'll either come up to touch there, as I was saying, like 76.9. Notice that 76 is just at 76 pretty much. That might be a bit ambitious, a whole 1K climb up, or it may come up to just touch the 55 and bounce off there. That could be the extent of this little rally pump.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is on this sort of, we're going down from here, everything's doomed scenario. So so if that's doing that, then it could potentially be up to there, or it could continue up to there and then down to wherever. That's one possibility. Then and that's assuming that cross happens. Let's talk about the EMA cross just there. So the down in that, then the down in that case, so if and when that happens, so the coming back to that retracement channel, the 50% level then between there and there is kind of here. It's kind of like the fair value kind of area, fair value zone around that. That 50% level is at just above 74k. I could kind of draw in a maybe what could we draw in on that? Just trying to think what's the best way to do this, because if we draw in, does that tell us much of anything? I'm not sure if it does, to be honest. Maybe. Sorry, I'm just muttering to myself a bit as I kind of think about this.
How'd you got to 74k?
Well, okay, so 74k is basically where that 50% level is.
Oh, okay, right, okay, gotcha.
So the theory behind that is that because we have, like with all the different kind of passive orders that they're lurking and waiting with Bitcoin, with the Bitcoin price. So there's passive liquidity down here waiting to be slurped up. There's passive liquidity also kind of there. I mean, obviously the price is above this level anyway at the moment. So this whole scenario will be contingent on the price coming down and then playing in this range between there. Oops, that's meant to be horizontal, and that range just there, also meant to be horizontal, and then 50% between there and there is obviously there. So so essentially when that happens, when you got the that kind of liquidity weighting. So and the prices between them, that they in turn kind of behave like a price magnet. So you kind of get the price. Say the price is well, down here somewhere, like there. Then there's liquidity here, like what you see on the liquidation heat map, trying to pull the price up in that direction. There's liquidity down here, trying to pull the price down in that direction. So then the where it all kind of balances out, like it's a balanced market, in effect, is the 50% level between them just there. So in which case, you might expect the price to kind of maybe come down to their range, possibly. That quite often happens actually with the retracement channels, or it can also kind of come down, bounce off that, or do whatever, or it could come, so that when it's there, it's kind of in like the premium zone of that channel. If it's down here, it's in the discount zone. So if it comes down to there, then it's going to be kind of more potentially doing that. Obviously, if it falls below there, then it's a whole other thing that that takes over. Then we'd be looking at what's happening further down. Yeah. So with that in mind, that's why if the price comes down into this range, which you could kind of expect it to do that in early May, I think, then it's going to be kind of hitting, that's there. Sorry. What's that doing? Go away. So the price would come down to it, and so that I think that 74k will become quite a relevant level. It's going to be very much like, does the price now range between there and there, or does it kind of break down to this level and range between there and there? And then we can kind of make decisions on that based on, like, do we want to go long from there or go short and so on. So yeah, so sorry, just checking. What I was going to say, there's I think if I think so that 50% line again, because looking back along here, you can see how it kind of maybe, yeah. So going back in time, it was very relevant going back along here. So that same level was support along here and there again, and here it was kind of like skewering that accumulation that was happening, all that buildup of liquidity, and same sort of there. But in fact, and I guess if we also just kind of drew in another line here, because there's an obvious order block, I think, that was kind of happening just there. So the price was kind of coming into there, eating up passive orders, and then back up. Same thing again there, and this line was very much support at 73.7, and again there support, doink, just like repeated sort of thing. So that kind of gives us a bit of a toe dipping zone, I think, where probably the price, if/when it comes back down to that sort of level, it could well expect to see it just kind of like whatever it does, and then just kind of dipping its toe into that zone, reacting, coming up, maybe sort of again, eat up a bit more, do whatever, and until eventually it kind of blops down and heads down to the next market phase of whatever. So and probably down to there in that case, like 72.4. So I think gradually we're kind of mapping out a bit of what might well happen during May. In that, then it's just like, how far down does it head? Just can't really say. Don't know. Just who the hell knows? But we can look at different scenarios for this and say, like, what's going to be likely and so on. So yeah, so probably into the beginning of May, do keep an eye on if the price after that pump, however high that goes, comes down to here. That range, I think, is going to be relevant, because there's a definite kind of order block, more passive orders, more liquidity lurking within there. There's there's going to be some forced liquidations, I think, going on when the price comes down to there. So, which in turn would suggest a bit of a reaction and a bit of a bounce off there at least a few times, you know. So if we go to the 4 hour, blink, and so what does this give us? So yeah, I think what we can kind of see from this is that that whole market structure of, like, you know, the price is doing it, well, in fact, along that, whether it's that retracement level or this one below it. So the price is, sorry, no, oh, wasn't keyboard. Sorry, I thought they'd let me undo. No, okay. Undo has decided to just do completely different things for today. So do that. It's a French undo today, isn't it? It's just like, I ain't gonna do no undo or something. That's my French accent. So anyway, that kind of that, probably down to there, in fact. Yeah, that market structure it's kind of what it just seems like that's what we're seeing play out along here. So, you know, there's a price coming down to that 70k, 70.8, and then whether it bounces from there or just carries on down. But so
sorry about that. That was an alert saying there's a green bar on the 1 minute time frame. That's all.
Oh, okay. So, but when did this market structure actually begin? So there was kind of back.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I'll shut her up. I'll shut her up. Hang on.
Okay. That's it. Show her who's boss. That's the thing.
There you go.
All right.
That didn't. All right. She's turned off.
Okay. So yeah. So back towards the towards the start of April, then I guess, like 12th, 13th, whatever. Is that? Yeah, 13th. 12th, 13th of April. So not really start of April, like kind of approaching halfway, really. But yeah. So if we look at it in terms of what can I use that? I'll just do this. From there, like, how high did the price go up? What did we gain in April? All that hard work brought us up to just going to the very top, I suppose. Is that 12%? Maybe was I looking at the wrong structure? So I'm just going to do this a bit. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why that wasn't making much sense. That's a valid thing. I think that's going to be an inner pattern that's playing out, but we probably need to look further back, like actually to the beginning of April. Yeah, so in fact, that we could look at these individually anyway. As a happy accident. So that one we gained about 12.3, but say 12%, and that was over the course of 13 days, 13 to 14 days. So if the price then were to drop the same kind of 12%, obviously it's lower because that's how percents work. So back to there, isn't it? In like 13 days. I know it doesn't normally just kind of play out in this way. The descent will probably be faster than it took all. You know, if anything, to be honest, like the amount of time to gain would probably have been like more to there, maybe into there. You know, what's that? I mean, that took 4 days to get it to there, and then it was just doing this weird ranging double toppy thing. So if it was like it's 4 days, not very far. It might come down to here quite quickly from there, down to was it 12%? Like down to maybe what price is that? 70k. So 70k in 4 days, if that plays out, and then we've got this kind of bigger range, which is kind of from there. So genuinely the start of April this time, and maybe just draw it in as well. Let's do that. So that price structure would be more like that. I overshot that down to that line. And that's meant to be an arrow. So from there, if we did the same sort of thing, come on. Let me draw my bloody thing. There, all right. Slightly off by an hour or two. But if we go to there, so it took I mean it was up 20% and went across. It took 24 days to get up to there, 24 20%. But if we did a similar sort of thing, like how long does it take to get to there, which is roughly within that range, the ascent, the hard work of getting up there in the first place, that took 14 days, 14 to 15 days, say 15. So say if it's from there then down 20%, that's going to be off the chart, isn't it? Let's go there. Down 20%, which is about there, in the course of, gone then, 14 days, 14 to 15 days, there, bang on, and up a bit. So it's freaking me out, the way the label's swapping. So, yeah, so about 63K, do you think? So we might see, was it 70K in 4 days, and then 63K in 14 days? That's plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that as a prediction? It's a bit arbitrary, to be honest, but it's just based on what was gained. So if it came down the same percent amount,
I think anything's possible, really, isn't it? And
yeah, I'll stick with this one. If that works out, I'll look like a bloody genius, and I'll be crowing about it for months for the rest of this year.
And if it doesn't, we
just
not mention it ever again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it probably is a bit arbitrary in the sense that it's just like, does the price, when the price goes up by 1%, is it likely to even just like come down by the same percent, coming back down, which obviously means it drops down further. If it does, because that is obviously going to mean that it's then just it's on its way into the depths of the bear market, towards the cycle low. So yeah.
I mean, what's your low level there? What?
Yeah, so we're looking at, for that, 63K in 14 days time, no, 15 days time, and it was whatever it was. I think it's about 70K, just above, in 4 days time.
Okay.
The cough of ascension. Agreement. The cough has spoken.
I just look at the retracements on the 1 hour sort of thing. When you've got one at 72.4, then you've got another one right down at like 67.
Yeah,
67.1.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Go on.
Well, I was just going to say, because just what, I mean, we can switch to that in a sec, actually, just have a look. But I want to point out that again, this retracement channel that Quadzilla drew in, that absolutely marked out the top. Yeah. If where it double topped, that's amazing. So if you'd been charting this on the 4 hour, it would have been very much a case of okay, to get any sort of sign that the price is going to leap any higher, then it really needs to break above. You would have known all the way back here to look for that level for confirmation, that kind of 79. What are the price? Well, in fact, 79.5, I would say. So where the price got to was that exact fair value zone. It stayed in that discount zone just there, and failed to break above there into the premium zone, like twice. So the first time it rejected would be worrying. It's like, well, you kind of know it's if it's going to come up again, it's got to break above that time. and just very much didn't. So, but if it had broken above that specific level, then that would have been a confirmation that, yeah, we're going to be doing this, party on, But oops, wow, what the? Why did it? What's up with my keyboard? Just doing weird things. I don't know. Anyway,
because it's Linux.
no, bloody TradingView. That's what it is. So anyway, yeah. So we're going to look at the 1 hour, won't we? Again.
Well, look at the 1 hour and like zoom out a bit so you can see it to like January. Because oh,
where's January?
March. There you go.
That's very zoomed.
Right. So if you look at that, I mean, for a start, look at the green bullish retracements there. Look how well they've sorted themselves out.
These ones down along here. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
So those ones in the up until sort of like March, I mean that they were all brilliant. So it just looks to me like these current two over there, they need to be done as well, so
yeah, for definite. Because that one, now you mention it, it is surprising that how well that one kind of correlates pretty much with what I drew in there, given that drawn in was a bit inexact.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Exactly as predicted. So it's just yeah, and that is at, well, it tells you 67.1. So and also just the fact that retracement level has come from that area of liquidity. That isn't, that kind of liquidity check isn't something that's baked into the way that the retracement levels are detected and drawn. It's just that so often happens. So you can kind of see that when that occurs as a very decent correlation. It's just a confirmation that is, you already know it's going to be a significant level because of that accumulation, and because whether you're looking at that or if you're looking at just the retracement level, either one tells you that's going to be significant. But the two together adds to that. So yeah, that 67,194 is definitely going to be a level to watch for as the price comes down. So, and to a lesser extent, this retracement level, 72.4, but just given, like you're saying, just given how well those have been playing out, definitely pay attention to that one as well. And
so I suppose, to sort of follow on a bit from WJM's question earlier, is something like the 1 hour time frame is a great time frame to look at. If you're prepared to be like really patient and sort of wait until the price does reach those things. But obviously you're going to be waiting for like a few weeks here and there. If
yeah,
I mean at the moment, I mean, you wouldn't sort of blatantly want to just go short now, but if you started seeing signs of weakness, then that they would certainly be targets down below if you were if you had the balls to hold on to a trade.
Just hold on to your balls.
Yeah, hold on to your balls as we go down.
Yeah.
But
don't leave them behind on the roller coaster. So yeah, wow. I think we'll see that. I mean, God, I don't even need to commit. Why should I commit to this? But anyway, I think we'll see that pump initially. Probably it just seems like that. We're going to see an initial pump, and then like if we maybe a quick look on the 12, zoink, and ooh, wow, in 12, that's interesting. So the price came out, nearly touched that retracement level, and again that retracement level was kind of tied in with a bit of liquidity there, It's a similar thing with the retracement channels. To see something of a pump there, we'd kind of need to see the price break above there, which is at 76.4 as a confirmation, really, that it's, and then it's probably just going to get it to that one, 77. A quick look at the stats, actually, for what the retracement levels on the 12-minute. Levels. So how is that looking? Yeah, so for the bearish ones, like this red line here, bearish retracement level, that's in its step 2 at the moment. So on this particular chart, on the 12-minute, those have completed. The price has come back to there while it's still plotting 97% of the time. So out of 406 bearish retracement levels that are drawn, 395 of them so far have completed. So that's why, in terms of probability, it's always worth paying attention to these as you see them, because they're going to, it isn't so much they're 97% likely to come true, but of those, they've got a 97% success rate. It's kind of different, but you can probably see it as 97% likely. But I think stats nerds would argue the point. But to all intents and purposes, that it means that is the price is very, very likely to come back to that level during that plot. And the bullish ones like that, 96% success rate on the 12-minute. So, and also that's very much why these retracement channels are kind of really useful for this sort of thing, because they, when you get a bullish level there, the bearish level there, they're both very, very likely for the price to come back to meet that point. So this is where the sort of you can kind of see it as like price magnets, that there's liquidity here waiting, like trying to pull the price in that direction. There's probably kind of like hidden liquidity there as well, waiting to pull the price in that direction. And so that's why the price so often cancels out at that 50% level between the two, or rejects right off that 50% level. So whether it's heading up or heading down and bouncing up. So like exactly that one, the price tried to get above it, wicked up, just rejected, didn't manage to do it, and then actually rejected quite strongly from that level. So yeah.
Cool.
Do you have any more of those on? Oh, that's weird. TradingView doing it cancelled that. Let's do that again. Switch that up.
So Ozzy's saying if we go low, I don't think we'll be down there for long. The candles that dump hard seem to be getting gobbled up, as you can see on the wicks. Yeah, that is true. That one, for example, in the FOMC last night, that was quickly bought up, wasn't it? Perhaps we double bottom from the previous low.
Where are we looking for that?
I don't know. What?
There are lots of previous lows.
Yeah.
I mean, if we talk about all the way down to here, like that 66, then I think that I think so. Yeah, with some of these levels I was talking about, we could well see that sort of thing. In terms of it, the price comes down, double bottom, and hopefully back up. That would be lovely. I don't want it to be like all doom and gloom going in, for the rest of the year or anything like that.
Yeah. Don't suppose you saw the See Me thing I was talking about yesterday, did you? At all? I think you were. Oh, should I
grab the screen for a sec?
Yeah, I will actually, because it's
Let's do that. You're now on the stage. So.
Okay, let's just. I hope I've still got it. Because some I don't quite understand actually, but So with the CME, right? We obviously get the close on the Friday, then the open on the Sunday. But sometimes during the week, you get a little gap. Do you know what that's about at all?
Sorry, say again. Actually, I was concentrating on something
else. So as we know with the CME thing, you get the gaps on the weekend, obviously.
Yeah.
But also, it was something that Dave on the Stonksy channel used to talk about these midweek ones you get. So, example here on like Tuesday, the 21st of April, there was a candle starting at 11 o'clock, and then there's one going on beginning on Wednesday, 22nd at midnight, sort of thing. But there's a little gap there actually. I don't know what they're about. I think the CME closes for like an hour or something at some random time in the week. Anyway, what I noticed was all these orange boxes. They're all ones like from the weekends. And this pink one here, I drew that in there because that was from Tuesday the 21st of April. And then when we had that dump on Tuesday, it actually came down and closed that one as well. So yeah, I just it's something I hadn't really noticed or paid any attention to, and I mean I can't see one this week at all.
No,
but there was definitely. If I just move that slightly, there was definitely one there, wasn't there?
Yeah. So when was that one?
That was Wednesday, the 22nd of April. Anyway, so anyway, just something I might pay a bit of attention to in the future, actually.
That's a perfectly reasonable request, Ozzy. I think, yeah.
What's that?
Get right on that. Can you just use paint and color those gaps in?
I see. Yeah.
Like, okay, thanks. Bye. Thanks. So,
yeah, I was actually just gonna look at this. So that was a link that Ozzy put on X. I'm just going to show you that actually. Hang on, let me just bring it up. Right, so share that instead. Sure. Yeah, so I don't know. Crypto Gems is, but saying like gold did a 5x after claiming this trend line. Bitcoin is claiming the same one. Be ready for a massive pump. So obviously this is I don't know if these things work out really, because I mean you're looking at gold going from like 2008 to this year, and then you're looking at like Bitcoin going from 2020 to this year. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if these mean anything. It'd be fun if it did, and then gold went up to 1.5 million. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, no, I just thought I'd mention that really. I'm gonna have to shoot off pretty soon. So is there anything else?
Right. Oh, so righty ho. I didn't say anything insulting.
You just said it in a weird way, and I was thinking, hello. Righty ho. But
let me just. I was just going to very quickly sort of just
do what you want.
Tidy up my screen a bit. I wanted to kind of undoxify some of the things on here. So I was just going to wrap up in that case. I wanted to mention that there've been a couple of Mafftopia videos out recently, and one which I hope everyone went and saw was oh wow, 836 views, not bad. I coded a Bitcoin cycle investment predictor in minutes using Gemini, like Google Gemini Canvas. And so anyone who's interested in that sort of thing, basically vibe coding TradingView indicators and things, using whatever your AI of choice, you may want to check that one out. And also more recently, just a thing about the Elon Musk v. Sam Altman lawsuit, and kind of the potential ramifications of that. So I'm kind of back in the zone now with the Maftopia videos. So hoping to start putting those out every 2 or 3 days, maybe, on different sciencey topics, but probably with a bit more of a crypto, emphasis on them, because that's obviously where I'm mostly interested, to be honest. So yeah, go and just head over to Maftopia and get subscribed and all of those sorts of good things and stuff and whatever. So, and don't forget Quadzilla. We've probably been featuring it a little bit in today's live stream. We featured Quadzilla a tad and talked about the retracement levels and retracement channels and the stats and so on. And if you don't have Quadzilla, then but hopefully you sort of realise just how goddamn accurate and good that Quadzilla actually is, and it genuinely gives you a trading edge. And just its premium indicator doesn't cost that much anyway, and as you can see, it just gives you like specific levels to watch for that above 90% of the time they play out. So that it pays for itself remarkably quickly. Just so yeah, as you can see, there's savewith.crypto.org/QZ or QZ. That's it really. So.
All right. Thank you very much. Awesome. Also, do take advantage of the Bitunix offer. That's really good. That's running until May the 18th, and I've forgotten what I said now. But there's a link in the description of this stream. If you look at that, there's a page I made saying about the extras that we'll give you. On top of what you get from Bitunix, which is essentially will upgrade you to VIP 7 if you put like $1,000 worth of something in your Bitunix account. Or I haven't advertised it, but if you put 100 in, we'll upgrade you to VIP 5 as well. So there's that. And during the length of the campaign, we'll give you a trial of Quadzilla for a month if you use the Bitunix link. So go over to savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. All right. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Thanks everyone for coming along. That's really cool. Please do give the stream a like. It's really important. If you're watching this in the future, welcome to the future. But
howdy.
Howdy. I'm from the past. No, if you are doing that, then please leave a comment and like it, and I do endeavour to reply to all comments, unless you're a spammer or a bot. So assuming that you're not.
In which case, even then, sometimes we reply. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't encourage them that much, but there you go. Brilliant. All right, well, we're back tomorrow, and I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about a bit of AI stuff tomorrow. That's always a fun subject.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, crikey. Yeah, that reminds me. Oh, probably a bit of housekeeping thing. So I probably won't be able to do 12 o'clock tomorrow. I can do tomorrow, but I suppose you can either go ahead without me at 12, or we can maybe do something a bit later on in the day.
Okay. So what, you're doing some housekeeping?
No, that was the housekeeping.
I was saying, you're right. I thought you could have you're hoovering the living room. So
washing my hair. Yeah. No, it's so I'm actually getting a lease car delivered.
Oh, okay, nice.
And so I think the guy will probably want to, show me around the car, give me the guided tour.
Oh, so what is it?
It's just a Sportage. Well, I say just.
Okay.
Okay. Overpriced, I think, for what it is, but hey, I like Sportages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. So I'll talk to you some other time about it. But so the leasing idea is that generally what you do, or?
It's what I've been doing lately. The only thing I don't like about it is that because it's leasing, as soon as you stop paying, you end up with no car. So there's no sort of like, well, that's done, and all that money spent, and I've still got this car that I can drive around. It just goes pop turns into a pumpkin. It doesn't even turn into a pumpkin.
Well, if it was a pumpkin, you could turn it into a coach and go to the ball, couldn't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've probably got different ideas about that. I wouldn't want to drive around in an actual pumpkin. I'd rather eat it. So
it'd be quite a laugh.
So there's that aspect of it. But apart from that, I quite like it. Just spend not all that money to get a nice car.
Yeah, I was actually thinking when I had that Fiat 500 last week, and I was thinking because it was 129 quid for like 5 days or 6 days, I think. So, and I was thinking that isn't that much actually, and I do remember when I used to live in London. I used to live in like Westcombe Park, and I worked in Farringdon. So generally, I'd like cycle to work or get a. I didn't really like getting a bus, and there's no tubes over there. But generally, I'd cycle to work. So so I didn't need a car during the week. And then most weekends we were just hanging around London or something, or we go up on the train up to Hertfordshire. And just I used to just like rent a car when I wanted to do like a road trip or something, And I think that was probably like the most efficient sort of like value for money transport I ever had, actually. Sort of just and what I used to do is if I was going somewhere where I didn't want to rent a car for the trip, I'd put my bike on the train, and then I'd sort of cycle from the station to wherever I was going. And I used to turn up at like parties and stuff all over the country, sort of quite merrily on my bicycle when I got there by train and stuff. And I was thinking, like, it'd be really nice to get into that mindset again. I mean, it's not going to work right now because I live in a sort of semi-rural place, and like I have to get my daughter to college and stuff. But like, it was definitely a good. Living in London, not having a car was definitely a good idea, I think, at the time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm living kind of on the outskirts-ish of London, outskirts there, but just within the M25, but kind of like southwest of London. And sometimes I just think, why do I even bother having a car?
Yeah, when you're in the Slough office.
Yeah, not quite out as far as that is Slough, but and I'm very glad I don't. But probably people live in Slough and they're very happy there. Yeah, I imagine. I think what's all this negative fuss about?
It's all right. It was just Ricky Gervais, wasn't it? Sort of. And that probably did as much for Slough as it did for Swindon.
Yeah. Just very quickly, Kaz mentions that. Thank you for the EMA crossing tracing lines, blah blah. And also, Kaz, just say I haven't forgotten about the indicator alerts that we talk about in the Discord. So I will get onto that, and it'll probably be at the weekend. It's been a really busy week and all that sort of stuff. But you shall have your alerts, your new alerts in Quadzilla, and
just for the record, that 19-minute time frame thing I was looking at earlier still hasn't quite crossed, but it's looking like it will soon in 5 minutes. So actually that might coincide with the news, because I think there's some data coming out at 1:30. So maybe that will be when maybe that'll be when it all goes bonkers.
Yeah. Then I suppose just to wrap up a bit. In fact, also as we were chatting, just Angine de Poitrine.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned. Thanks.
Sorry, I was going to say Angine de Poitrine.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I said, wasn't it? So
you said Angine de no, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. Angine de hoity-toity. So yeah. Thanks for the intro to those. I mean, I think I somehow missed out on that, because they do seem to be very, very popular. They're fairly recent, aren't they, as a band?
Yeah.
But I've been listening to them a lot. They're very addictive.
Yeah, I think so as well. And don't you find that when you listen to like normal music with normal semitones and stuff, it's sort of like it sounds a bit boring,
All of a sudden, it sounds like a bit basic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like it's just like your brain just adjusts to that kind of microtonal stuff, you know. And
Yeah, it's like extra fidelity, isn't it? Or fidelity that's
yeah,
yeah, it's like kind of reading reading books that are like novels that are very complex or whatever, and then just going reading a young adult novel or something, and it's got like, it's just like, it's a bit simplistic. It's like, are these
yeah,
teenagers really gonna overthrow this this dystopia and save the land or whatever? It's like, probably not. Why are they so obsessed with who's snogging who and that kind of thing? Just get on and just like solve the problem.
yeah. But no, the Angers de Poitrine sort of thing. I've seen people sort of you know, treating it like maths rock, and then working out sort of how all the time signatures are fitting together and stuff, you know. And it is actually genius music. Actually, it's brilliant. And
yeah,
and it's yeah, I think it's one of the most original sort of acts I've seen for a long time, you know. So
yeah, definitely. Because I mean, another from Quebec, but he's sort of also feel like, why do they have to behave so bloody French? That's the only thing. It's like with their costumes and things, but I quite like it. It's just
that's not how French people normally behave.
Well, I think that's how people in Quebec behave, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay.
It's like they take Frenchiness and just like take it to its natural conclusion. They're peak French.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's interesting stuff. That I love how big they've got so quickly, you know. And
yeah,
it's great. There you go.
I think they're actually playing live in this country at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing a talk. They're coming up in Camden. So if you don't mind being stabbed or whatever, you can go to Camden and see them. Although it looked like it was sold out. But there's also this music festival where they're at in Salisbury, I think in early September,
really?
where they're actually playing there, which is kind of fun.
Oh yeah, so they're in Bristol in October. That's not too far from me.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I think the September one might be on the same day that I'm reluctantly running a 10K. Which I got talked into. So I don't really run. I got talked into that one by my daughter. So I'm running a 10K. Run about.
That's quite a long way to run if you. That's quite a long way to run if you don't really run, actually.
Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to get fit ready for that, really.
Yeah. All right. Well, that might take you until then. But I'm sure it won't. But like, I don't know, it would take me that. I don't know. I'm not much of a runner, really. I'll cycle forever, but I'm not much of a runner. But anyway, right. Excellent. Right, that was a bit of an extra waffle, wasn't it? But yeah, okay.
Yeah, bonus.
Thanks for coming along. Thanks everyone for liking the stream and commenting and being in the chat and all that. And we'll see you. Sorry. Are you just going to be late tomorrow, or you just not?
No, I think probably we could read it as I probably won't be available because it also depends if the guy turns up early or late or whatever. It's like his ETA is driving the car along from someplace in the UK, aiming to arrive at 12.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit, potentially just late, potentially on time, or we could just schedule it for later or whatever. But,
okay. We will let you know. Okay.
But probably 12 tomorrow.
Yeah, probably 12. I can't do much later. I've got to go and record someone playing a piano
to
help out with some choir practice. one of the bizarre.
We'll go over there, isn't it?
One of the bizarre things that I do, and then there you go. Anyway, all right. Right, thanks again. All right, well, maybe see you tomorrow. But anyway, the rest of you, I will see you tomorrow at 12, I think. So,
Yeah.
all right, take care, everyone, and bye.